Welcome in, Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
That'll work. What about our own Jay Thompson down there?
That'll work.
Hello, Jay Thompson. Welcome.
Hey, guys, we finally on.
Hey, we finally going on. What's going on, everybody? It's one of those weird things where it's like you're off for 4 days, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, is everything okay?
No.
It don't feel. It just. I'm out of sync, man.
I noticed.
I'm out of sync, brother. I've been sick, and it's just one of those. I don't know. It's hard to like get back on the track.
Yeah.
You know.
You got out of the rhythm.
Got out of the rhythm. I got down from rate. I won't say I got. That sounds like it was a bad thing. I didn't get down from Rays of Hope. I'm gonna take.
You just weren't physically prepared for all of the work.
Well,
involved.
no. And Deneen and I know.
I think it was the heat that kicked your tail.
I told you. I said, do not show up. You weren't feeling good, man. And Deneen was like, well, he's gonna come up. I said, no, he ain't. I would have gotten angry at you, and our friendship would have been postponed if you would have came up there, buddy.
Whatever.
Yeah, man, you ain't coming up there. So
I got over it.
I didn't want you to.
No, I got over this the little hitch in my get along.
The old the hitch and the get along is ready to go.
It's
again.
done, man. I got the clean check yesterday.
Praise the Lord, man. I'm working on a couple other things here in the background. And do you ever have like an issue with passwords?
Yeah, like all the time. If it's not saved into my computer or phone, I don't know what it is.
I'm going to be launching something fairly soon that I want to let everybody in on, and I'll talk about it. Don't let me forget, Jason, because you know me.
Don't let you forget?
Yeah, don't. You know how I am, man. I'll forget stuff. But there's something that I've been working on.
You expect me to remember?
Mm-hmm. Man, it's hot in here. You hot?
It's stuffy.
It's
not bad.
These Magellan shirts are cool, but I'm gonna tell you what, man. You ever let your dog outside for 5 minutes and let him back in? That's what these shirts smell like. Have you noticed that? Mm-hmm. I take a shower. Let's be, I take care of myself. Mm-hmm. But these shirts, you go outside for just a minute and you come back in, and I don't know what it is. It's something with the material, man.
I don't know.
But they're comfortable.
Yeah.
Is this Magellan or what is this?
No. This is a Advantage Specialties it's a shirt line that Miss Melissa gets in for me, and they're similar. They're very similar to Magellan.
I like it, man. It looks good.
And it's comfortable. It's lightweight, fairly durable.
Breathable.
Yes.
Making me think of an old country song. Remember that old country song? He's so huggable, lovable, unbelievable.
All right, man. Don't quit your day job.
Well, I was just thinking about that shirt. Hey, that shirt's so breathable.
Yeah.
We're going to have to AI a song about that, Jason.
Oh, good night.
Welcome in, episode 526 as we get rolling on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. We want to welcome you in and thank you for your patience and for being with us again. We are ready to rock and roll. Big thank you to Elliot Herzlich, by the way, of Elliot's Jewelers. Had a successful third annual Rays of Hope last Thursday. And kind of still in a little bit of a recovery mode from that. It wasn't that I got too hot. I did get pretty hot, Jason, but I had the swamp cooler. But I think the main part of it was my little boy. There was some RSV going around at the school, and he must have got a touch of it because did
he share it with you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He said, "Here, Daddy," and he just kind of handed it to me. You know. But I started. At that event, that afternoon, I started feeling pretty rough, and I thought it was because I was too hot. Mm-hmm. And man, I was like sick at my stomach, and I just didn't feel good. I was lethargic. I was just out of it, man. And I go home that evening and take my temperature, and I had a fever. That's what it was, man. So I think I got a touch of the RSV. And so Friday, man, I felt like a truck hit me. And so I didn't get out of bed. I laid in bed almost all day Friday. I finally got up Saturday and moved around a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday morning, my fever had broken. It wasn't real high. I mean, it was like 100.3 or something. That's still low grade.
Still a fever.
Still a fever. And Sunday, I got up and we had visited the Ark Church. Now, of course, I'm on staff here at First Baptist. Love what we do here, and love, just absolutely love this community. Love what the Lord's doing here, not only at First but throughout Huntsville. But I wanted to take part of our media team over to the Ark Church. That's Pastor Allen over there, Alan Clayton, and through a roundabout way, he's connected to some of my wife's family, which is kind of neat. Or my wife's, not my wife's family, but my wife's brother-in-law's family. I guess, would it be my brother? It's not my brother-in-law, is it?
Yeah.
Like Bridget's sister who's married, would that be my brother-in-law?
Still, yeah, kind of, sort of. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't track the lineage type stuff of families.
Well, for simplicity, let's just say it's my brother-in-law's aunt and uncle.
Look, we just call it kin in Texas.
Yeah, he family. He family.
he family.
He family. And so he's he family. But it's he's the pastor over there, and my brother-in-law, that's his aunt and uncle that are over there, Alan and his wife. And I think it's through that. I think it's through if you trace the blood, I think it's actually the wife that he's related. I mean, I think it's the lady, Miss Clayton, that my brother-in-law's. I think that's his aunt. I think the association to Pastor Allen is by marriage.
Okay.
Which would make sense, because if it was the man, then the man would have his last name, and he doesn't. So I guess that's how it works. Long story short is I took our media team, part of them over there. We'd planned this 2 months ago. Beautiful church over there. Very busy, too. They have a lot going on. They've been tremendously blessed, and they were so hospitable, Jason.
Really?
They allowed us whatever questions you have during their service. We wanted to go during the service. And so our production team went over there. Alyssa Wyan, she's only a junior in high school, and this young lady is directing our online ministry here at First Baptist.
That's awesome.
She's doing such a great job with the broadcast side of things. And so she went, and they let her put on a comm unit, and she was listening. And we had a follow-up meeting yesterday for about 30 minutes or so. And that young lady took such tremendous notes and already has 4 goals. She came up with 4 goals that she wants to implement here based on what she saw there.
Really?
And I'm telling you,
that's amazing.
For a young lady that's only a junior in high school, really good head on her shoulders, and she said, "This is what we're going to do. Let's do it." And so I came up with some action items to help do that, and she's the one that put in the work on the notes side. And so while they were in the video side of things, another gentleman by the name of Chris Allgood, really nice guy, and everything about that man was good. Perfect last name.
Perfect last name?
Yeah, he's their production pastor. He used to be their technical director.
Yeah.
And a couple of years ago, he was telling me the story that he said, "Pastor, what else is there for me to do?" And he said, "Man, be careful when you ask a pastor that and you work in ministry, because they're going to find something.
They're going to
else.
find something for you to do."
And he said, "How about we put you over our production, and we just and you'll take on more of a pastoral role." And he said he loves it because now he gets to love on people and just pray with people and be there with people. And his teams are all working, and he oversees it, but he's not directly involved on a moment-by-moment basis like he used to be. And they got it running like clockwork. And so we took a lot from that and said, let's bring that back here and let's improve what we're doing. My goal here with our services are to have them in such a quality that it would be good enough for TV.
That'd be pretty neat.
So we're taking step by step. And somebody the other day would say, "Well, it's not about the production." No, it's not about the production. You're exactly right. But I also want to do things with excellence. We serve an excellent God. We serve a perfect God. Now, we're never going to be perfect.
No.
But we need to strive for excellence because we serve an excellent God. And here's the way that I look at it, Jason. And it's easy from the out, because I used to be this guy. I used to be like, "Man, they're just putting on a production." And I used to think and I said, you know what, though? How wrong, and I look back at that and I said, how wrong of that is for me to say that? That one, that's judgmental, but number two, I don't know the hearts of those people.
No.
If I just look at something, I don't know the hearts of them. They're not. And so our team, we have plumb lines, and one of them is do everything with excellence. For our media team, and we're never, and I'm not going to demand that obviously we can't demand perfection, but we can strive for excellence. And I started thinking about a lot of this, Jason, and my thought process was this. There could be, another thing is that we have as a plumb line for the media ministries, everything has an eternal effect. And what do I mean by that? Everything that we do can either bring someone closer to the Lord or it can pull them away from the Lord.
Right.
And when that day comes, we're all going to have to sit before the Lord.
Right.
And for those of us that have accepted Christ and asked for forgiveness of our sins and strive to follow him and have a personal relationship with him, we're going to be allowed to enter the kingdom of heaven. That's biblical. It's in the Bible. But I also don't want to get up there and be like, well, man, I kept that guy from the Lord because of something dumb that I did, know? And so I think about that, Jay, and we've all made, man, I can go back right now and count probably 100 times that I've steered somebody in my old days, especially, man, stupid things that I've done.
We all have.
And I pray almost on the daily now, Lord, if there's anything that I've ever done to keep somebody from you, please reveal to that person the relationship that I have with you now. And please, Lord, let there be some sort of a seed that I've dropped that'll bring them to you. But I started thinking about how we do all of this stuff. And here's where I'm getting at in a long roundabout way. The reason that I said this, it's not just a production. One, everything has an eternal effect. Two, we try to do everything with excellence. But the third thing is there's going to be somebody that's never came to church before. Never came to our church. And they're going to Google. What do people do? When you find a new business, do you get on the internet and look them up first, or you just go?
It depends.
50-50. Most of the time, you're probably going to look up or ask somebody something, right?
Yeah, usually.
Well, the way it works a lot now, especially with church, if there's somebody new to the area, they're going to go on the computer. They're going to churches in Huntsville, whatever. And things are going to pop up. Well, one of the things that a lot of people are going to look at nowadays, especially young people, they're going to look at that live stream. They're going to look at the sermons online. And I started telling our team, that's the first interaction that we may have with somebody is that online service that we have, the stream.
Yeah, because people are of the mindset, well, before I go in person, let me see if it's something I would like.
So we think a lot about that, and I said this is why we need to strive for excellence.
It makes sense.
Because other people are going to see this, and that may tell them, hey, let's go try that church, or it may say, let's don't go to that church. And that's just one little part of it. I mean, there's a ton, but I say little. It's actually a big part of it for people that are searching online. So that's why we try to improve. And again, I brought all this up because it was just a tremendous Sunday. I missed being here. Pastor Jason, his second sermon series, he's been doing a series in Hebrews.
Yeah, about the book of Hebrews all summer.
So
yeah, I didn't get to make it either. I was kind of down.
Yeah, he did that, and I missed that, but I'll go back, get to go back online and watch. Right.
Well, that's true.
So it was
once I get done with my schoolwork, I'll be able to go watch it.
It was a cool day though, getting to experience that. And Chris Allgood took me around the facilities and showed me, and just so humble. And I started thinking of this that night. I sent a thank you to many people over there because I was just so blown away with the hospitality, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I started thinking of something, Jason.
What'd you think
That's
about
how ministry should work.
I believe that's the
Ministry works better when we come together.
Yeah.
You know, they could have easily been like, well, their proximity to us is pretty close. They're trying to steal sheep from us.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we're trying to do.
No.
That's not even a thought. And
No.
that wasn't even a thought that came through their minds. You know what their thoughts were? Kingdom-minded.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do to help these guys to get more people
Right.
to come to know the Lord?
That's it.
That's what it's about. And that's what it's about right here in our local community.
Mm-hmm.
We're blessed. We have 40-something churches here in Huntsville.
Yeah.
Can we fill every one of them on a Sunday, please? Every one of them.
We probably could.
Every Sunday. And I guarantee all 40 of them churches, I don't know all of them, but I can say with near certainty that all of them believe that Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior, that he came and died on the cross and rose again on the third day and shed his blood, and that we have to have a relationship with him in order to go to heaven. And if the church believes that, I'm all game for saying, let's fill that church to capacity.
Yep.
So, anyways, that's my little sermon this morning.
That's your sermon this morning? All right.
So it was cool, though. It was neat to get to experience that. And that's the inspiration that I want to have for all of you this morning as we get rolling here on this tactical, terrific Tuesday brought to you by Guardian Defense. Is, friends, let's find ways to come together. I was talking to someone the other day, Jason, and I said, I just don't get that. I don't get it. And I was guilty of this. I held on to something for many years that I said, I've got to let go of that. And there's still days where I wake up, man, and it's still a part of me. And I realize that. And I believe that's Satan attacking me, trying to get me to go down a path in my brain again that I don't need to go down. Man, we have got to get over all bitterness. The Bible says let go of all that stuff.
Yeah,
And-
I don't remember the passage about it, but there's something that says you got to let it go and trust that the Lord will handle it.
That's right, man. Amen. And
I want to say
we
it's
all need to-
maybe in Romans,
yeah, it's
book of Romans.
it's like
maybe?
let go of all hatred, bitterness, anger, all that stuff.
Yeah, I saw something about that recently.
But I started thinking, I was talking to somebody the other day, man, and the things that we do to each other on this earth, some of them are really bad, the things that we do.
Yeah.
But then there's other things that are so minuscule in the grand scheme of things. Is it really worth getting upset? One of them's jealousy. That's a huge one. People, oh, look what that dude's doing. Look what that girl's doing. Look how they living. Oh, man, I'm going to start being angry at him because I want that. You know, there's a mindset that the human mind develops and starts acting like this. We got to let go of all these little tiny things and focus on one thing, and that's him. That's the Lord.
Just be happy that you learn to be happy with what you have, not with be envious of what somebody else might have.
There's something this morning that I need to tell all of you who are watching as much as I need to tell me in certain days.
What's that?
Get over it.
Okay.
Whatever it is today
Yeah.
that is holding you back, get over it. Put it aside and realize that in the grand scheme of life, we are here for but a blip.
Mm-hmm.
We are a vapor in the wind. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it from an eternal perspective. Look at it from a kingdom perspective. Whatever it is today, I know somebody may have wronged you. Somebody may have hurt you in an unimaginable way. There's some things that you're not going to be able just to get over. But for the minuscule things, get over it. Somebody didn't fix your truck correctly 20 years ago. You're still angry at them. Get over it. Somebody cut you off on the road.
Well, that happens every day.
Get over it. Yeah. Don't allow those little things to turn into fireworks that set ablaze from a spark that just ignite the entire building.
Why are you going to let that person have free rent in your brain?
That's it. I like that, man. Get over it. There's other things that you can't just get over. And there's unimaginable things that have happened to people that you can't just get over it. But I want to encourage you today that you can get through it with the Lord and a relationship with the Lord. And I'm not just saying that from a church standpoint. I'm saying that because I know that it works, because I've experienced it firsthand. One final little thing on our little inspiration segment this morning, Jason, if you will, as I was driving to the Ark on Sunday.
All right, you're driving to the Ark.
I was driving there, and a thought popped into my head, and it was something that just popped into my head out of nowhere. And so when I got to a parking lot, I wrote it down. I put it in my notes here. Mm-hmm. And I wrote this, and we've all heard this, but I want to say it again this morning. And I wrote it how I heard it. Like, I didn't hear it audibly, but you know how you hear stuff in your head sometime, right?
Your thought process.
My thought process was, I feel like this was how the Lord spoke to me. And I don't even know what it was about. You've got to quit searching for the I want and realize that you already have all that you need. Open up your heart more to the Lord. It just popped into my head, Jason, as I was driving.
That's pretty neat.
And I heard it like how I would talk. Mm-hmm. And I wrote it down how I would talk. You've got to quit searching for the I want and realize that you have all that you need. Mm-hmm. Open up your heart to Jesus. I'm telling you, man, it was a great Sunday. And then I went home. This all started because of the whole story. And I went home, and I still wasn't feeling well, though, man. I wasn't feeling well there at the Ark. And so that's why we didn't have the show yesterday. I finally just said, man, I can't do this. And I got a ton of sleep over the weekend, but I stayed in bed yesterday till about 7:30. Normally I'm up at 5:30, get the kids ready. We're out the door by 6:50-ish. Mm-hmm. On good days, we're out by 6:50-ish. Other days, we're out by 7:10-ish. But I told Bridget, I said, I can't do it. And I messaged Denise that night, and I said, I don't think I'm going to feel good in the morning. And I wasn't feeling good. And so that's why we didn't have the show Friday, because I wasn't feeling good. And then Monday. But rested up, feeling a lot better, and glad to be back.
Well, that's glad. You're like 53% now?
53. I called you this morning, and you said, hey, man, how you doing? I said, I'm about 50. Nah, you ain't 50. You're about 52.
Yeah.
And I said, nah, brother, I'm about 53.
That's it.
I gave you an extra one. So
yeah.
Well, hey, let's take a break. I know I've been talking a lot. I want to come back and catch up with you, Jason, see how things with you have been going. I know you guys have been busy doing a lot. Want to highlight some of the great things that people can do out at Guardian Defense to protect their family. And we're going to have a keyword back this week. Our friends at Cafe Texan have hooked us up with a June supply.
A June?
June supply.
Oh, cool.
Of a Cafe Texan gift cards. Maybe we'll talk about June bugs when we come back too, man. I haven't seen.
You know, my wife, that's her favorite insect.
Oh man, I can't. Little toots,
Not
man.
really.
I haven't seen any this year.
I haven't seen any either.
Yeah. So.
But boy, the fleas are out.
Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna talk fleas and June bugs. Stay with us.
Yeah, we're gonna talk bugs.
Yeah, more to come when we come back. Do us a favor this morning, if you don't mind. Can you please send us a message and let us know that you are out there today? A lot of people are joining us, like Chrissy Cogdell over at First Touch Fan. We love you, Chrissy. It's always good to see you. She is joining us. Many others are commenting in. Do us a favor, though. Like this broadcast and share it so we can continue reaching the people, the good people, and promoting the good of Huntsville. We'll take a brief break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come. This is your show. It is Good Morning Huntsville here on a Tactical Tuesday, brought to you by Guardian Defense. Stay with us.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today. Braylon, say, "This is Spirit Radio."
This is Spirit Radio.
Yeah, buddy. Here we go, Jason. You ready for this one?
I'm working at it.
Show up every summer like a cousin you don't know, buzzing around the porch light, putting on a little show.
Yeah, buddy. You know where this is going?
With the shiny brown coats and their wings in the air, them June bugs are everywhere. I swear. Oh, June bugs, where do y'all come from?
Did anybody tell you you're not good at dancing either?
Huh?
You don't dance well either.
Yeah, I do.
Bouncing off a screen door, dancing in the night. Them June bugs are a party under porch light.
Yeah, buddy, come on now. You want to go have some sweet tea?
Yeah.
Where did this technology come from?
I have no idea.
Literally, Jason, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, within 15 seconds, generated that song.
I know.
How?
It's
Boy, that's a number one hit coming your way. Number one hit.
number one hit. Talking about June bugs.
Number one hit on
That's my wife's favoriteest insect.
Good Morning Huntsville. Let's talk about those little bugs that start swarming around every year. It is so crazy to think, though, we have not seen.
Really haven't seen a whole lot of them.
We haven't seen.
There's a
many
few.
of them.
Or there's some sort of bugs because the birds are always underneath my security lights first thing in the morning.
I never knew that they were called this. By the way, you know what they're called?
No.
We call them June bugs. All right, but there's a known named juice beetle.
Juice beetle?
A juice beetle. Never heard of them called juice beetles. Have you?
No.
Juice beetles is what they've called them. They can be a bit of a nuisance, obviously. You
Evidently.
know? Kids love them. I loved them growing up. They'd stick everywhere, right?
Yeah, they stick to you.
The adults don't sting or bite, but it's the larva that can cause trouble for your garden or lawn. Okay, wonder if they get on your tomatoes. They are what is that? A SCARAB, scarab beetle. Is that right? Scarab?
Yes.
A type of scarab beetle in the genus, I don't even know. They are not cockroaches, by the way. There are hundreds of June bug-like species across North America. More than 100 of this genus that I cannot pronounce. A common kind found in the South is the green June bee. I've never seen a green one. They're always been brown. The adult beetles are very common and can be seen flying towards the light during the early summer evenings. As they are weak flyers, they're often seen crashing into windows or porch screens. We see that. June bugs range in size from just over half an inch to nearly an inch long.
Really?
And their colors vary from reddish brown, some of them almost black. They are technically a beetle, by the way. These insects are commonly referred to as June bugs because the adults emerge from the soil in late May or early June. We have not seen that. I've only seen a couple. Normally, they're everywhere, Jason.
Usually.
This explains why they're sometimes also called May beetles in different parts of the country. I've never heard of a May beetle. Additionally, adults also eat plant leaves, which is why they were given the name leaf eater. So here's the life cycle of these little toots. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
June bugs have a life cycle from 1 to a few years.
Really?
Can you believe that? I would think that it would only be a few months with the way those things are. But they could live up to a few years. They emerge in late May and early June and are active during the evening hours. After mating, females burrow a few inches into the soil to lay dozens of eggs in July and early August. So after 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes less, the eggs hatch into larvae, which are known as white grubs. Now, I did know that. I see the white grubs. I knew those turned into the June bugs. The grubs, generally 3/4 to 2 inches long, stay underground in the soil for several seasons, feeding on grass roots. How long the grubs stay underground depends on the species, she notes, the person who's writing this. Many white grubs in Tennessee, for example, spend about 10 months in the soil, while other species will stay in the ground for up to 2 years, Jason.
Really?
2 years, yeah. In mild weather, they live 1 to 3 inches below the surface of the lawn. However, in winter, they go much deeper. So there is a little bit of knowledge about June bugs this morning on the show. I want to know, though, why aren't there many June bugs this year? I really do want to know. And I don't know if it's because of maybe the rain. I don't know.
Maybe you slept through them.
Somebody had written this, too. I was just doing a search. Where have all the June bugs gone? I don't know. They're just not around like they used to be, man. So
I don't know.
There's your history on the June bugs, Jason. Hey, what have you been up to? Let's switch gears, talk about you. What's going on,
let's see. Last Saturday, we had an LTC course. Had 6 people, and we had a good time. That's about all I've been up to. Yeah.
I was teasing this like it was going to be this major segment.
Yeah, I know.
When we come back, it's Jason Thompson with the latest. Jason, what's going on? About 2 or 3 people. Or 5.
I had 6.
About 6 people. And yeah,
we're in good class. My whole goal is to, throw you off your game.
Hey, can you plan this? I would love for you on this show to do like a personal safety presentation sometime.
A personal safety?
Like what you did when I first met you. Remember that?
Yeah.
Would you be open to like, you and I will work on it.
I'll try to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. You and I can kind of work on the format, but I think it'd be cool to have an educational morning where you're just what you taught me, because here I am 4 years later after meeting you, and I think about it almost every day, the things that you taught me.
That's good. I'm glad you came that day.
Like just simple stuff that, dumb stuff. Like I used to leave my truck running and go running and do something.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going to do that? Somebody could run off with your truck.
That's it.
You're pumping gas. Why should you only just sit there and look at your gas, at your
At the pump.
Yeah, at the pump, man. Look around you. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You never know.
Nope.
You see these videos on the internet, man, of one of the most viral videos of someone at a gas station was this person was filling up their vehicle and some van rolls up and they tried to
And they sprayed them with gas.
Man, you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
They took the gas nozzle. What a great reaction, by the way.
Yeah.
Spraying them with, who would have thought of that?
I don't know. Somebody thinking outside the box.
Yeah, and that's how you have to be, right?
That's kind of how you have to live in today's world at times.
So it's
just turn on the evening news. It'll show you what people are capable of.
It's things I never would have thought about. And you've taught me to just constantly do this, Jason. You're constantly putting your head on a swivel. Yeah.
Get off that cell phone and pay attention to the world around you.
Speaking of the world around us, and I won't get into too much discussion about this, but man, all the things going on in LA right now, and I know that I'll be honest, like I haven't watched the news in a couple of weeks.
It's not just in LA. That's what's making the big headlines, but they said they had some protests right up the road about 180 miles north of here.
Yeah, and see,
Dallas.
I hadn't kept up with anything news related probably and I used to stay glued to the news, man, but there's so much now, and that's why we started this platform, man. I mean, people need to know, okay? Let me be very clear about this. People need to know everything, not everything, but they need to know not just the good. They need to know what's going on in their community. They need to know about crime. They need to know about these things, keep their families safe, right?
Right.
So there is a purpose for it. Our purpose on this platform is to promote the good.
Yeah.
And highlight the positive. There is a need to know if something bad. We had a shooting here in this community over the weekend, I believe, Sunday.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a need to know. People need to know that these things are happening because they want to know what's going on in their neighborhood.
That's it.
It's important that we don't publish those things unless it's something that's a major safety concern. I'll publish some weather updates.
Right.
I happen to wake up at 2 a.m, get an alarm going off on my phone, severe thunderstorm watch. Of course, I'm going to post that on, keep people updated.
Yeah, I think we might be in for some stormy weather the next few days.
We have had, and I did want to mention this, I'm glad you mentioned that. We have had some fairly rough weather.
I'll tell you this,
summer.
the storm, the little afternoon storm we had last week, boy, that was a lot of rain really, really, really quick. I mean, it like came, some of because I live in the country. And
I'm just a country boy.
All I'm going to tell you is the water was over the road. Like where it crosses creeks and stuff. And, man, Bill and his crew out at Precinct 3, they just put in some new culverts. And they were much larger than the old ones. And that wasn't even enough. It still came over the road.
We had, I posted a video. Bridget almost couldn't get back into the neighborhood. Both entrances. I think
there was like
bad.
There were several inches of water running across my shooting range because like my trash cans were not where their usual home was. So I knew they were floating around.
Do you have I'm telling you, dude, my brain my brain is getting worse and worse by the day. Do you have a rain gauge at the house?
I do, but I didn't. I hadn't emptied it before that rain came, so I don't know. Guessing by just
probably 3 or 4, right?
It was at least 3 or 4 inches because, there's a pool in between my house and Pop's house, and when the water gets too high, we have to pump it down. Buddy, as soon as that rain lightened up enough, we had to go out and pump that pool down.
It was overflowing.
Well, it was up to the level where it was time to pump it down, so it didn't come over the top.
Wow. Yeah, it was a lot. Bridget had called me. She was kind of nervous. She goes, I always see people driving through deep water. She goes, I think I just drove through some deep water and didn't even realize it because it came by that quick. She said water was splashing up like over the door threshold. Not like, but I'm talking about the bottom part of the door threshold. And that's why they say, turn around, don't drown. Luckily, she was okay. She rolled back in. We had a river coming down the street. There was logs.
I saw that you posted online. Somebody walking down the street and then pictures of the street. And I was like, good Lord, looks like a creek over there in front of Rob's house.
I sent you let me see if...
some guy was walking down the street in an umbrella in the middle of the storm.
Yeah, and it was lightning. Do people not realize how serious lightning is?
Well, I don't know.
I'll go pick up my children at Tomorrow's Promise, and I'll call you out, parents. I am. If it's lightning, don't get out of your car. There's bolts of lightning. It's not safe to be outside during a thunderstorm. And I still have not figured out why some people decide that it's going to be no problem and
there
go
you go
out.
There you go, right there on the left.
Yeah, so I sent this. Let me share this if it'll work. I sent this to Jason, whoever this guy is. I'm not making fun. I'm just you just taking a stroll. Oh, just taking a stroll. What's this guy doing? You hear the Braylon in the background. She's like, what's this? This guy is just chilling. And this doesn't do it justice, okay? The rain was coming down really hard. And the other part of this is it was lightning. Now, this particular clip doesn't show it, but there was lightning bolts around it, and it was loud, and it was close. He just going on a little jolly walk, out there in the thunderstorm.
Oh, well.
There was another one, and just to show everybody what the water looked like in our neighborhood. Man, take a look at this, Jason. This is what the water... And when was this? Was this like Thursday? No. This was Wednesday, the day before. Look at that, man. That was there in our neighborhood. I zoomed in at the end of the street. Look at that guy's truck, man. That right wheel, it's almost up under at the top of the wheel.
Look at it! Look at it bouncing off the bumper of that car.
That car still hasn't moved, by the way. There's sticks all up the bumper on that car.
Yeah, but you can see the water hitting the bumper and bouncing out around the tire. That's interesting.
That was last Wednesday because,
it was Wednesday.
It was a day before. I shared this video, too. I'll just show this real quick. Phyllis was saying, just a walking in the rain. I mean, this was it in our neighborhood. And look, see the little...
Yeah.
And this wasn't even the worst of it. It had gotten a lot worse. The entire road became covered. Look at them little sticks just going. And look at that water kind of splashing over.
Yeah, it looks like you need to cut your grass, brother.
Nah, I ain't got time for that. Let's keep that on the DL. All right, buddy. Anybody want to volunteer, we'd love to have you. There it is, man. And Bridget had came rolling. I'll continue to show this, but it kept getting higher and higher. And my sister just sent me a message. Hold on. I can't call her out on this on the show, but you'll get a good laugh about this.
Let me get it far enough away so I can
get your readers there. But look at this water.
Oh Lord!
Look at this water, man.
I see it.
I don't know what that was.
Oh no! I think you should have been out there fishing, man.
All right, now get ready though. You'll see Bridget drive up. You'll see Bridget drive up here in just a second. All right. There's the water splashing under this guy's truck.
That's Center Point Energy truck.
Yes, sir. It's my neighbor. Good dude.
Yeah.
Needs to cut his trees though.
I didn't see Bridget.
No, I guess not. I guess I didn't have it on there. Anyways, well. Yeah, so that was last Wednesday. Good rain, by the way. It's great rain.
Great rain.
And that rain, I did want to tell you, that rain has helped my tomatoes that y'all hooked me up with.
That's awesome.
You know what tomatoes you gave me? I didn't realize, and they're they're the little ones.
Yeah.
Is that what they are? The little.
I had no idea what they were. I'll tell you the brief story about it is, have one of those compost bins where you put like your food and stuff in and
Yeah.
just let it compost. Well, I was getting ready to start my garden, and I said, "Oh yeah, I should put this compost in my garden." So I go out there and we did it sat in there for probably 7-8 months. I opened it up. I said, "It's good and ready." So I put it out in my little garden area, and then I had started myself and my mother had started some tomato plants, and I just put the mulch out, the compost out there, and just took a garden tool and kind of worked it in the soil. And next thing you know, I'm like, man, there's a lot of green out there. I walked out there and looked, and I'll bet I had 1,000 tomato plants.
Really?
I mean, I know I literally potted, at least 200.
Goodness.
That just to try to thin some of it out. And then we ended up, some of them, I just didn't have anywhere else to put them, so I had to pull them. But yeah, it was all, it's primarily cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, they're good. They're already turning red. It was a little bit green, but I couldn't wait.
If you wait till they get red, and I've got some that are yellow, the yellow ones are really good. But I've got blooms on my plants like it was nobody's business.
Are they blooming still?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Mine are blooming like crazy right now.
You put your little bloom hold on there and keep them watered, and maybe a little miracle grow.
You know what's crazy is I hadn't even had to keep them watered with all this rain.
Yeah.
I was watering them at first, and I dug a spot in the backyard. The neighbor, I don't have any trees. Neighbor's 2 trees short after last year, but there's still enough to cover. But I put it in the kind of the center part of our backyard, and and I think it's worked out perfect. You tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not a gardener, but I had hoed out a spot of St. Augustine because the backyard's covered in St. Augustine. So I had hoed out a nice little maybe 4x4 square. That's a lot of work getting that grass out of there, by the way. So I got it to the dirt, and then I tilled up that dirt a little bit just with the other side of the hoe. I tilled it up. And I just dug a hole and I planted them right in there, man.
That's all you got to do.
Covered them up. But here's where I'm getting at, Jason. That part of the backyard, I was noticing that from about the early morning until about 2 o'clock, it's in the sunlight. And then after that, it's pretty shaded.
Well, that probably helps. It'll probably help them last a little bit longer.
That's what I was thinking.
Won't get burned up
because they weren't burning up because of the shade.
Hopefully it'll help.
And they've grown. Now, the only thing is I had a small little cage, but I didn't build it all the way to the top. I should have just got the metal ones, but I had some old plastic thing, and I broke it up because it was only for one, and I have 4 plants. So I broke it into 4s, and it's only like that tall. Well, the plants have grown so tall, they've leaned over, but they're growing on top of each other.
Yeah.
And they're holding each other up, so I'm not going to worry about it now. They're blooming. They're growing.
Yeah.
Let them
roll.
You think I'm all right?
Yeah, you'll be fine.
So
I'll get you some tomatoes. You'll enjoy them, hopefully.
I pulled one off, and it was still pretty tough. But it tasted good, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to eat it. So, well, hey, we're going to take one final break. We do have a keyword today, and that keyword is
cool.
Cool. Check out that dog back there, dog. Check out that big dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the bulldog with the glasses.
Keyword is cool. And you could be in the running for some Cafe Texan gift cards, courtesy of our friends at the Cafe Texan. We're going to give away Cafe Texan this morning. All you got to do is text in the keyword COOL, that's COOL, at 936-339-0139. Again, that number is 936-339-0139. By the way, that phone and text line is still available for sponsorship. Extremely affordable when you compare it to other types of marketing. We'll give you daily exposure on this show multiple times a day. We'll also include a 30-second commercial for you on our show and many other perks as well. We've added a lot to the package for that. It's a really coveted spot, and I'm surprised nobody's picked it up yet. And so if you've been wanting to get your name out in the community, not just through the show, but through our entire Hello Huntsville ecosystem, our platform, consider sponsoring this.
Ecosystem.
You like that? It just popped into my head. Kind of
ecosystem.
On the cusp, like Billy.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get to Billy Coppin's level.
You want to be like Billy.
Yeah, I do. But you can sponsor it. Instead of us just saying the phone and text line, it could be your business name, your name here. That could be your name right now on that line. If it was Guardian Defense, it would be the Guardian Defense phone and text line. That's how we would say it. If it was McDonald's, it'd be the McDonald's phone and text line. And we'll promote your business every single day. That is open, and we really need to get that filled.
Mm-hmm.
So consider that. We'd love that. We have a great engagement on the show. We have great engagement after the show after the show ends. A lot of people go back and view it on any given day. Between 750 and almost 1,000 people, 1,000 views now across our platforms. And so this is great exposure for your business. Again, consider sponsoring that. But the key word is cool. Your chance to win some Cafe Texan when we come back. Text in cool along with your name to 936-339-0139. As always, our show's on a Tactical Tuesday brought to you by Guardian Defense for all things personal safety. Check them out online at GuardianDefenseLLC.com. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at GuardianDefenseLLC.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We're not a daycare. We're a child care center focused on growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
This is Deneen with Guardian Defense, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
All right, Lily, your time to shine this morning on Good Morning Huntsville. Welcome back. Make sure to text in, by the way. Cool. If you've never texted in, why don't you text in? If you've never texted in, text in.
Text in, you might win.
Text in to the Texan.
Yeah.
Texting. Boy, what are you doing? Well, I'm texting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm texting the Cafe Texan.
That's it.
You could win. Your time to shine this morning. Let's go to the top. Jamie Saucier, the number one commenter this morning, coming in at number one. J-Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
J-Sauce. Jamie, you ought to come up with some barbecue, like some hot sauce.
Yeah, you should.
J-Sauce.
Just call it J-Sauce.
J-Sauce. That'd be good, man. And then at Christmas, you could wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
Sell it. You could throw the whole Santa Saucier into it.
Yeah.
That should be it. Santa Saucier sauce.
Uh-huh.
I'd buy it.
I bet you would.
Santa
Come up with
Saucier.
a cool label. I bet you'd get AI to make him create him a cool label for it.
We could do it, buddy. Kyle Kreiner. joining us. Number 2 this morning coming in. Coming in number 2, it's Kyle Kreider here on the Top 5 on Hello Huntsville. Let's do that fake voice. Good morning to you, Kyle. Good to see you. Phyllis Dillard coming in number 3. Good morning, my friend. Great to have you back. How about Autumn Wheaton? She's with us today.
Oh, we got Kyle again.
Kyle, by the way, said, man, I got some new flame-resistant clothes. They're so comfortable.
Oh, bet he's...
love it.
I don't know. I've worn FR.
David McIntosh joining us this morning. Many of you, too, may comment on other little platforms, but I can only see him really through one now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get to see everything like I used to. But good morning to you, David. Hey, by the way, I want to give a special shout-out to Clyde Law.
Okay.
Clyde joins us. Stacy, his wife, runs the senior center. She's the director of that, the Meals on Wheels program as well.
Right.
Love those people. They are such wonderful folks. And Stacy has told me, she said, my husband just loves watching. He's on almost every morning on LinkedIn watching you guys.
That's cool.
So, Clyde, if you're out there this morning, brother, we love you, and good morning to you, my friend. Jennifer Augustinetti joining us. Once again, she was the very first one to come through Raise a Hope.
Yeah.
She made it. And so, Jennifer, good to see you. Chrissy Cogdell, mentioned her earlier, but First Touch family. Oh, how about Mrs. Brisketeer of Huntsville?
No.
Rachel Kreiner.
Rachel's on this morning?
Little RK joining us this morning.
Little RK.
Little RK.
Yeah.
RK.
Yeah.
Is that a rapper?
I don't know if it's a rapper.
Well, we're going to make one up for you. Rachel Kreiner, good morning to you. I like Phyllis a while ago. She said this too when we were talking. She said you can let go and let God in the hard times. That's it. Check out. Look who else is with us. Can you see that one?
I believe it says Billy Calder.
Oh, Billy. Oh, Billy boy. Billy.
How's the hand?
Billy, yeah, how's the hand? I heard you had a hand injury.
Yeah, how's the hand, Billy?
Yeah, send us some pictures. Let us know you're all right out there. Good morning to you, Billy Coffin. Michelle Mitchell joining us this morning. Good morning, Michelle, saying good morning, Huntsville. Great to see you on today. Kyle, we were talking about the June bugs earlier.
Uh-huh.
Here's what Kyle said. Juice beetle, more like crunch bugs. Maybe a little juicy. Really hate getting pelted with them while riding a motorcycle. And you know what? Phyllis said this. We had June bugs at the end of May. We had to turn off our light at the driveway because they made such a mess. Dude, have you ever seen the crickets when they get get really bad and they start cannibalizing each other?
I was at a football game one year when I was a younger person right here at Bowers Stadium.
Bowers.
And the crickets like inundated that football game to the point that one of them went in the cheerleader's ear.
Oh.
And they had to take him by ambulance to the hospital to have it removed.
You think a player got injured? Nope, it was a cricket in the ear.
Yeah.
Jamie Saucier, by the way, the all-new Saucier sauce coming your way soon. He said, June bugs gather outside my kitchen window. I have a perch for birds to feast on my window. It's pretty cool. Autumn Wheaton joining us, and many, many others as well. So there you go. It's a little your time to shine. I miss doing that segment. We need to do that every morning, don't we, Jason? The your time to shine here on the show.
Yeah, we do.
Should that be like at the beginning, or should it be about this time?
Should be at the end.
Should be at the end, like the third segment.
Yeah, the third segment, right before you draw.
You get them all excited about being there all day, and then you cut them. Right? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
A lot of good people joining us today, so thank y'all for hanging out with us. A couple of things that are really important today. On this date, it was 1639, Jason, that the very first American log cabin was built in Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the early version of IKEA, to be honest. Until that time, log cabin maple syrup, you know what it was called? It was just called maple syrup.
Was it?
The log cabin hadn't been built yet. Joyous occasion for the homeowners, but an even greater day for termites, by the way. And then someone said, that toy is so cute, we should build one of those human-sized.
Yep.
That's how it came from. 1793, Philadelphia stopped being the U.S. capital when all federal government offices moved to Washington, D.C. And they said that's when the losing streak began. Up until that time, we didn't blame all of our country's problems on Washington, D.C. Check this out. 1869, the very first shipment of frozen beef arrived where?
I have no idea.
New Orleans, of all places. New Orleans. Everyone sang, freeze a jolly good heifer, freeze a jolly good heifer.
Sure, Pat.
Oh, that is great. 1892, the RNC, that's the Republican National Convention, they nominated President Benjamin Harrison for re-election. Harrison lost that election to former President Cleveland, probably because of his great campaign slogan, Cleveland Rocks. I don't think he really had that slogan, did he, Jason?
I don't think so.
It was on this is a really important one, by the way. It was on this date in 1935 that Alcoholics Anonymous in Akron, Ohio was founded by two men. That's been such a great organization for many people. Those two men that founded it, they'll probably rather not give their names. So you don't ever like these, do you, Jason?
No. They're not really impressive to me.
Check this out. On this date in 1943, the ballpoint pen was invented by Laszlo Biro of Budapest, Hungary.
Okay.
In less than 5 minutes after he invented it, the pen was stolen. As soon as he invented it, someone picked it up and ran off with it. Within minutes of being invented, someone also grabbed it. They walked away. They stole it. It also worked much better than the guy that tried to invent the ballpoint pencil. That one just didn't work very.
That one didn't work well.
Didn't work very well, Jason.
These are like horrible dad jokes.
Pretty cool about this one. 1977, Apple Computer Company. They introduced the very first Apple II computer. I remember that one. It was the one where the keyboard was built into the base. Remember the monitor stood on top of it?
Apple II.
We
thought we were uptown when the school got those.
Well, here's the deal. They were originally going to give away a block of cheddar with every computer sold. Did you know this?
Really?
They were going to give away a block of cheddar. But at that time, no one was really that much into mac and cheese.
It's getting deep around here, guys.
That was great. Today, by the way, it's National Frosted Cookie Day, National Egg Roll Day. You an egg roll type of guy?
You know, sometimes.
National Herbs and Spices.
I prefer like the Billy Papania boudin egg rolls.
Oh, come on, Billy. Where you at, Billy? I miss seeing Billy on. He used to join us on the stream. It's been a while.
He's been staying pretty busy.
I like to say his name with Italian flair though, instead of Cajun, because I know it's
French
It's
Cajun.
Papania, right?
Huh?
Is it? How do you say his last name?
Papania, I believe.
Papania. I used to say Papania.
He's not Italian,
I know,
brother.
but I just like I like saying Papania. It is National Herbs and Spices Day, National Black Cow Day, also National Iced Tea Day today.
Well, I could go for some iced tea.
National Ballpoint Pen Day today as well. Isn't that kind of cool?
Well, we're good.
Boy, this is crazy, too. Former first daughter, Sasha Obama. She's 24 years old today. Remember when he was in office? They were just little kids, man.
It's been a minute since he's been in office.
Crazy.
Think about it.
Yeah, and America's Got Talent. I was watching it last night. I love that show, by the way. 20 years that show has been going on now. Can you believe that?
I don't know.
20 years, man. I did want to go.
20 years or 20 seasons?
20 years.
Really?
20 years, yeah. I think they said it's our 20th year is what he said.
I think it's the 20th season.
And they do like 2 seasons a year.
Yeah, I don't think it's been
But
out
he
20
said years, though. And that's when I looked at it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think. Did it really come on in 2005?
Let's look. Yeah.
Really?
June 21st, 2006. Can you believe that?
Wow. Interesting.
Wow. That is crazy. Couple of last things here. I wanted to go back to this National Iced Tea Day today. We can start this huge war on this if we need to, because it probably would.
Yeah.
Where do you think? Where is the best iced? Are you an iced tea guy? Not too much anymore, probably.
I drink a little bit.
Okay. Here's the first one: sweet or unsweet?
I have to go against everybody else and go the unsweet side because I have diabetes.
Okay. Diabetes. Mm-hmm. And you better call Liberty Medical.
I ain't calling no Liberty Daggone Medical.
Hi, Jason. I'm Wilford Brimley. And if you've got diabetes, you check your blood sugar and you check it often. And there ain't no reason you shouldn't.
Yeah, it is, because it hurts when you stick your finger.
No, you call Liberty Medical.
No, that's old school, brother. They got little things you can stick in your armwear for 10, 12 days.
Hello, I'm Wilford Brimley. Let's put health aside. Health aside, sweet tea, obviously. You got to go sweet, right?
Yeah, okay. I go sweet.
If you had nothing that would deter you, you would go sweet.
I'd go sweet.
Sorry, Wilford, we're going to go sweet on this one. Now, here's the next thing. Who has the best sweet tea?
What do you mean?
Go back and think about where you've gotten sweet tea over the years, whether it was Mama's boiling it on the stove or you went to a place. Who has the best sweet tea?
Place I used to work when I was just out of high school, Miss Street made lunch for everybody that worked for the Street Brothers, and she made the best sweet tea. She made probably 5 or 6 pitchers a day. And by the time lunch was over, usually by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, all 6 pitchers were gone. And I'm talking like the gallon-sized pitchers, but she would start making it. She had a routine where she made this tea, and she did it in certain steps. And it was the best sweet tea you could ever want.
What's that song, Tim? We'll go, I'm Miss Bell and her sweet tea.
Mm-hmm.
I try to go back to these songs, and
I know what you're talking about.
You know that something on the front porch, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, something about turnip greens.
Turnip greens. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's talking about he's trying to do some turnip greens or something. I don't know.
You know what? Tea's one of the things that just it's nostalgic. It takes you back.
Well, if you're from the South, it's if you ask for tea, you expect iced tea. But if you go up north and ask for tea, they're going to bring you hot tea.
Well, I don't even know what you're talking about up there. Oh, yeah, you betcha.
Whatever, man.
Oh, yeah, don't you know? You want some tea? Yeah, don't you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't drink any sweet tea at all when I was up in Dakota.
Really?
No, none. It's just not the same like it is down here, man.
Mm-hmm. They don't know how to make it.
And you got to put lemon in it. I'm a lemon-er. I'm a lemon-er.
I like lemon.
Well, here's the deal. If it's homemade, you got to put lemon in it. Or if you're out eating. My favorite sweet tea, and it's hit or miss. You got to, and you can't predict. You can't say if I'm going to go in the morning, it's going to be good. You would think if you go in the evening, it wouldn't be good because it's been sitting there all day.
Yeah.
The McDonald's sweet tea.
I had a guy
that's so good.
For a number of years, we drove across the country. We drove big trucks. And that was his thing, man. If he would always want to go and get a McDonald's sweet tea. And I mean, we would go on these most obscene routes.
These huge excursions.
Well, just because, on these trips, so he could go somewhere where we could park the big trucks and he could get him a McDonald's sweet tea.
There you go, man. Well, I'm telling you, that's the Bush's chicken. We don't have them here. They're in Austin.
I'm talking like there was one trip, and we were coming from West Texas, and we were supposed to be in a hurry to get back over here to Conroe to pick something else up to go back to West Texas. Okay, we went the longest route available, so we could go through this little bitty town that had a parking lot behind the McDonald's so he could get him a sweet tea. It took us like 3 hours longer to get back.
I wish we could do like a survey on here. You know what I'm saying? Like a legitimate pop-up a survey in real time. We'll have to figure that out. But that's the question. Who has the best? I'm a big McDonald's sweet tea. I think Chicken Express. But here's the thing about like the chicken places. You'll get that chickeny, greasy flavor in the back end of your tea. Like after you drink it, the aftertaste will have that chicken flavor to it.
Most of the time anymore, anytime I try a little bit of sweet tea, like at a restaurant, it is entirely too sweet for my taste.
Well, Jennifer Augustinetti said that the True Texas Barbecue Peach is pretty good. She also said McDonald's and Chicken Express. Autumn, by the way, said she loves good unsweet iced tea.
I do too.
She says H-E-B has the great you can make and take home. Couple last thoughts on this tea thing while we're on it. You may have something. You got something coming in?
Yes, I have the boss coming in.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll wrap it up here. Here's a couple of last things. My mother used to boil tea in a pot. Were you ever around that growing up? All day. That'd be going in our house. She'd always be boiling tea. That tea was always pretty good. And then my great-grandmother would always do that. And that's why I said earlier, the nostalgic part of it is I go back to my great-grandma thinking of her years ago when she used to cook the tea, man. You don't hear that too much anymore, do you?
No.
So, all right, well, there it is. We'll continue that settle. I just thought about that, though. We need to have some sort of a real-time thing where I don't know how we do that, but we'll figure that out. Just a couple of people texted in today. I'm surprised. We haven't had the text line open in a while, but just a couple have texted in. And remember, you got to answer to win, by the way, if you'd like some cafe texting this morning. So let's go ahead and head over before we wrap up here to our phone and text line for our winner today.
Please leave her a message.
Oh. Well,
at the tone,
she
please record your
She
message.
didn't answer. Let's try. I'm going to give him one more chance.
Hi, Granny.
Well, didn't get her phone's off, so that means it goes to the next person, right, Jason?
Has to.
Well, there's only one person now that's going to win, so here we go. That's cool. They have a contact winners button now. Yes, I'm calling on behalf of the Huntsville Tea Department. And I just want to know what your favorite tea is. Your favorite flavor.
My favorite tea. My favorite tea is green tea.
Green tea. Well, this ain't Colorado, ma'am. We don't do that here.
Okay.
Raw, get your mind out of the gutter, bro.
Who are we speaking with?
I'm telling you.
Who is this morning?
It's Lee. How are you?
Miss Lee. Well, congratulations. Lee, hey, you know what rhymes with Lee? Tea.
This is Lee. Rhymes with tea. What can I say?
There you go. Are you a tea drinker, Miss Lee, or not?
No, I'm a water drinker.
Water drinker. All right. Well,
I'm a water drinker.
What's your favorite bottle of water?
What's my favorite? You know what? I like any kind of water I can drink.
Nestle makes a good bottled water, by the way.
I like the kind that comes out of the tap.
Yeah, you like that kind of water?
Yeah.
Not the one that comes
I have
out.
that filtered water right out of my fridge.
There you go. Well, Lee, it's been a while. How have you been? Good to hear from you. Congratulations. You're the winner today.
Good. Thank you. Oh, thank y'all so much.
You bet. Well, you got some Cafe Texan coming your way, and so we'll have that ready for you anytime Monday through Friday here at First. How does that sound?
It sounds fabulous. Thank y'all so much.
You know what? I'm going to throw in a little swag bag from our Raise of Hope. I know you weren't able to make it out to that, so we got a little bag. I'm going to toss that in as well, so you'll get the bag, and that'll include a limited edition Raise of Hope T-shirt, and I'm going to throw in that Cafe Texan card, all right?
Awesome.
All right. Jennifer and I can match.
There you go.
There you go.
Jason's got a question for you, Miss Lee.
Lee, what are you thankful
I'm
for
ready.
today?
I'm thankful for my two grandbabies' health and how they're growing up to be strong little girls.
Amen.
Amen.
Well, that's good. Well, hey, one last quick question. We are officially putting together a new intro video, and not to fish for any compliments or anything, but I know that you watch our show. What do you enjoy most about just this show and Hello Huntsville?
Getting to learn about businesses that I wasn't aware of, the positivity that y'all spread for everybody.
Perfect. Well, we'll send you the royalty for that, okay?
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, have a blessed day, Lee. Thank you so much. Always great to hear from you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. There you go. One don't answer, the other does, and you win Cafe Texan. Boom. Big thank you to Tiffany Gobble Vance Howard over there for holding it down. All right.
You forgot to put and.
And.
You made it sound like it was Tiffany Gobble Vance Howard.
Well, it sounds kind of cool. You know, Tiffany Gobble Vance Howard. That's a full name. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, Tiffany Gobble and Vance Howard over there.
There you go.
We had Vance on the show 2 years ago. That's how that relationship started. He
Yeah.
said, man, why don't y'all give away some Cafe Texan?
Yeah.
We said, let's do it, buddy. And here
Yeah.
we are. So, hey, Huntsville, we love you. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll be back on the show tomorrow. Guess who it is? I love saying tomorrow because tomorrow is Tomorrow's Promise.
Tomorrow's Promise.
And Cassidy Gutierrez joining us from the Huntsville Walker Chamber of Commerce tomorrow as well.
You mean Walker County?
Huntsville Walker
County.
Texas Ranger Chamber of Commerce. We need to go by to Navasota and go walk up to old boy and ask him how he's doing over there at the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
You think he'll answer?
I don't know if you'll get through the front gates, but across the street is his Seaforce water.
Yeah, we'll go over there and say, hey, we need to place a couple $1 million worth of water. And he'll be like, well, I only do $4 million, not a couple.
Yeah.
So We'll go by and see him.
All right.
That'll wrap it up. Guardian Defense, real quick, how can folks connect with you, Jason?
Give me a call, guys, 936-293-0364. You can text me. That's probably even better in case I'm busy.
If you didn't catch that, go to the website, too. The number's there, guardiandefensellc.com, and let them know you heard about it here on this program. We'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 as I end every show, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We're really not. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. I guarantee somebody out there needs you. Until next time, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. Have a very, very wonderful and great, excellent day ahead. We'll see you later, Jason.
See ya.